Drugs in the system, the undercover checks of hospitals, courts, police stations and Houses of Parliament. See what we uncover in the corridors of power and trust.
This is the Drago surface collector. It's used to wipe across the targeted area.
I've done drugs with judges, barristers, with serving members of the police force. So it's no good people sitting there and pretending it doesn't happen. It does.
Drug use in the workplace is out of control.
The war on drugs has been waged for decades in Australia and it's never been further from being won. Just this week, a federal police officer and 2 senior New South Wales police officers tested positive for illicit drugs. Tonight, you'll see drug samples being taken in the corridors of power and places of trust and how rife drug use has become. Madeline Kennard has this exclusive investigation.
I've done drugs with judges. I've done drugs with barristers. I've done drugs with serving members of the police force.
Drugs in the system, right under our noses.
This is a drug that can get people into a lot of trouble, lot of problems.
The explosive results from our nationwide undercover drug sweep. The corridors of power, all testing positive to illegal and highly illicit drugs. Heroin, cocaine, ecstasy and methamphetamines.
One thing that really does terrify me is the fact that doctors, judges, airline pilots, architects build 50-storey buildings off their faces. What if they make a mistake?
Employers want people to be fit for work. They don't want them affected by drugs and or alcohol when they're at work.
Ian Jamieson from Integrity Sampling is brought in by large organisations to drug test suspected employees.
One particular organisation had a huge theft problem. Hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of equipment was being stolen. They called us in to do drug testing. We found evidence of cocaine use throughout and it resulted in a number of people being charged with drug abuse and drug sales within the premises.
Today he's been employed by us to conduct surface sampling at 25 locations.
Now, we went to some pretty prominent places today. We went to Governor Macquarie Tower, we went to some of the courthouses, we went to Sydney Hospital, St Vincent's Hospital. Do you think we'll get a reading from these places?
Unlikely, or less likely than certain areas such as your typical venues of clubs and pubs where it's well known that drug use is prevalent.
The results expose how wide drug use runs in Australia. We may not see it, but we found it.
I was certainly surprised with the results.
We had a total of 9 positive drug samples. St Vincent's Hospital, Sydney Hospital, Sydney Town Hall, Governor Macquarie Tower, where the New South Wales Premier has his office, Hilton Hotel, Downing Centre Courts, the Liverpool Hospital, Treasury Casino and Waterfront Place, which is home to big business, legal firms and government offices.
So I thought that we may get some positive tests at perhaps the courthouse, maybe the hospitals, but the other areas that we've been, I was certainly surprised.
I had my own practice, and so what I did was what I did.
Ex-criminal lawyer Andrew Fraser isn't surprised by our findings. He has seen drugs in the workplace firsthand. He was jailed for 5 years for using cocaine on the job.
I could come to work if I wanted to and not if I didn't, but I was always at work. But as I said, I didn't do it before I went to court, but I would use after court. And of course that then leads into the evening and into the night and into the morning.
Australia is on the biggest drug binge in its history. Regular shipments of illicit drugs arriving on our shores every day. Cocaine seems to be the drug of choice, smuggled and hidden in equipment and machinery from Colombia. Drug educator Paul Dillon.
The exporters of this drug are willing to take the risk coming to Australia. You know, they could get caught and it could be seized. But there's a big market here now, a growing market for cocaine. If you want to maximise your profit, where are you going to send your drug? You're going to send it to the place where you can make the most money. and Australia has the most expensive drugs in the world.
The 2010 National Drug Survey has exposed just how widespread drug use is in Australia. Almost 1 in 10 people between the ages of 20 and 29 used cocaine last year, and the overall total usage has skyrocketed by 700% in the last 15 years.
We see quite good quality cocaine here, which we've never had before. It's much more widely available than it once was.
Now clean, Andrew has written 3 books and works in schools promoting drug awareness. But even he concedes that drug use is a problem with no easy solution.
Do I think drug taking in the workplace will ever stop? No. Everybody does it. It's here. It's not going away. The war on drugs was lost before it even started.
It's Madeleine Kennard reporting. Stay with us.